Esther 6, 1 through 3 says, "That night the king could not sleep, so he ordered the book of the Chronicles, the record of his reign, to be brought to him and read to him. It was found recorded there that Mordecai had exposed Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's officers who guarded the doorway, who had conspired to assassinate King Xerxes. What honor and recognition has Mordecai received for this?" the king asked. "Nothing has been done for him," his attendants answered. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is Esther 5:1, 6 through 9, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, there are so many twists and turns to this section of Esther that it's hard to decide where to focus today. But since we have to decide on one thing, I'd like to talk about God's sovereignty. Satan was trying to rid the kingdom of Jews. He was doing everything in his power to eradicate those people whom God had chosen, even though those people were in a foreign land. For centuries, that kind of thinking has gone on, and that kind of planning is continuing to go on. Unfortunately, at times, even Christians have looked upon the Jews with disdain and even sometimes hate. But God in his sovereignty overcomes all of Satan's plans. Now, I don't want to give the impression that God and Satan are equal fighting a battle. God is supreme and Satan is a created being. God has dominion over all and Satan has dominion over little. And while we cannot understand why God allows Satan even to exist, we have to trust in God's sovereignty, his omnipotence, and his omniscience, his knowing all things. Our country is in the throes of a great battle. The war that's being waged is really and truly against God. There are people who wish to remove all signs or memories of God from our country. They want to eradicate all sense of Christian morality and replace it with a shifting morality. They want to claim the omnipotence of man and the impotence of God. Now, frankly, I don't care what political party to whom you belong, if any. But we as Christians should stand up for that which is true. And we can only stand up for that which is held since the first century. We cannot reinterpret Scripture. We can't say that now we have found something new that which we had not had in the past, and that the past is no longer valid. Now is the time to make our stand. One of my favorite early Christians is a man by the name of St. Maximus the Confessor. He lived in a time when there was a great theological debate going on. He was on the right side of the debate, and the emperor was on the wrong side of the debate. The emperor commanded him that he could not write about his beliefs and what he wanted, what he understood to be true. And if he did, he would be punished. St. Maximus continued to write, and so the emperor called him in and then cut off his right hand. Maximus responded, "I can still speak." And the emperor then cut out his tongue. Maximus died shortly after that. It's our responsibility as Christians to stand up for the truth, no matter what the consequences.